Why self-worth feels hard after survival. No one really talks about what happens to your sense of self-worth after you spent years surviving. When you've had to be strong, adaptable, and reliable for a long time, your value can slowly become tied to how useful you are, how much you can handle, how much you can give, how much you can carry. And when survival ends, that wiring doesn't just disappear. It follows you into rest, into relationships, into moments when you're finally safe. And it can make stillness feel uncomfortable, even when nothing is wrong. What survival teaches us about our worth? In survival mode, being needed often becomes the same thing as being valued. You're praised for endurance, for pushing through, for holding things together, not for resting or slowing down. Over time, you pick up this habit and you learn to anticipate others, their needs, their moods, their expectations. Your time and energy start to feel negotiable, like they're always available, and people think you're always available. And self-sacrifice becomes normal, sometimes even expected. These patterns don't start because you don't value yourself. They start because you are adapting. How this shows up later? Even when survival ends, these habits often stay. Rest can bring guilt instead of relief. Not doing enough can trigger anxiety. Receiving help can feel uncomfortable. Or you might feel behind even when you're actually making progress. And boundaries often come with over-explaining, justifying, or softening your needs so they're easier for others to accept. So basically, you're just trying to spare other people's feelings. And I've had to learn that I need to start being more blunt with people, because if you over-explain, then that means you're giving them room for leverage. You're allowing them to try to negotiate this new boundary you're setting up. So if you recognize yourself here, I want you to know this. Nothing is wrong with you. These patterns didn't come from weakness. They came from adaptation. And adaptation is a form of intelligence. Now a gentle reframe. What self-worth actually is. Here's the part that matters. Self-worth isn't something you earn. It's something you already have. Rest isn't laziness. It's a sign of safety. So if you need that, tell them, hey, look, I'm chilling out. I'm resting. Boundaries aren't a rejection. They're self-respect. Let them know, this is my limit. I'm not going above my limit. This is my life. Calm isn't a lack of ambition. It's regulation. Remaining calm, it's okay to be calm and not overwhelmed. And slowing down doesn't mean you're stopping. It means you're listening. You're listening to your mind, your body, your soul. This shift doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't have to. As you listen, you might start noticing where the guilt shows up. You might ask yourself, what do I actually need right now? You might allow yourself one small pause today without explaining. So definitely try that today if you can. And you might choose just once not to justify a boundary. Now, I had to learn not everybody needs an explanation, because it's like, why am I explaining myself to you when I already gave you the answer the first time? If that answer is not good enough, that means you don't respect what I had to say the first time. So what makes a second or third time any good? And you don't have to fix anything today. Just noticing these habits is enough. Now, you're not broken. These survival habits made sense when you needed them. Self-worth doesn't return all at once. It returns gradually, quietly. And gentleness counts. Self-worth doesn't come back all at once. It comes back in the moments you choose yourself quietly. If this resonates, I create a guided journal. Link in the bio. It's something that you can use, something that helped me along the way as well.